Tired of muddy colors? Most people struggle with paint on the gel plate because they miss this one thing: how colors behave. If you want your prints to stand out, there needs to be contrast, and one of the best ways is to use different tonal values. For the first part, we are picking three colors: one light, one medium, and one dark, and then we're going to look at how they behave. You can choose to go from light to dark or dark to light. These two decisions will give you completely different results. Wait to see what we do in the latter part of the video. There is going to be even more fun experimentation. Let's start with a lighter background using titanium buff light. I already rolled it on the plate and we are just picking up the paper. Yes, this is my way of saying I forgot to press record at the start. That came out really nice and smooth. I have really missed working with my gel elf plate. As much as I love the 8 by 10 size, it was getting a bit tiresome to keep struggling with lifting the paper in one piece off of the Jelly Arts one. It just kept giving me trouble. For the second layer, we are using the medium color. We will be working with the stencil and then picking the paint from the open areas. Make sure to press down firmly, especially where the area of the stencil is not masking the paint. We want our paper, our paint, and our plate to make contact for good transfers. The first layers are ready on our light to dark print. Once we pick up the stencil, we are left with the peach ghost print. Time to start our dark to light print. We already have the medium color on the plate, so we might as well pick it using our darker pink color. Don't forget that you have to let the first layer on the plate dry before you add the second. Otherwise, both the colors will merge together. Think of this pink layer as a double-sided adhesive. It must be wet when you apply the paper so it can grab onto the paper above and the dry paint below. Once that pink layer dries, it locks everything together, pulling the entire design of the plate in one piece. Let's pull this print and see what we get. Oh wow, look at that difference. The one on the left has the pink base, while the print on the right has a titanium buff light. Both have the same second layer, but see how different they look because of the base. Time to add the third layer to our print. Since we already have the light and medium color, we need to add the darkest one. I'm trying to keep as many variables same as possible and trying to use the same stencils so we can have as close a comparison as we can. Let's go through the whole routine. Add the paper, press firmly from the back side, and then lift the paper once we are done. That looks like a really nice pattern. Before we can get started on our dark to light print and add its third layer, we still have to do something about a lovely ghost print left over from this stencil. I decide to add a peach color as the background for this. This is our accidental print, which although we were not aiming for, we still get because that is what happens when you use stencils. You are left with ghost prints that need to go somewhere. How do you think I always end up with piles of prints in one session because you literally can keep going on and on in this way? And the result is pretty cool. So win-win. Let's get back to our original plan. From a dark to light comparison, we already have our darker and our medium shades on the paper. We are going to add the light color as the third layer. I'm using the same stencil we used for the third layer on our other print to keep things consistent. By the way, if you're enjoying this video, please don't forget to subscribe. Whoa, that has come out so good. And guess what we have to deal with first? Yup, yet another ghost print. This time I'm going to pick this with a darker color for the contrast. I'm going to speed this up a bit as you already know the routine. I'm going to show the results before we move on to part 2 of the video where we're going to do something a bit different. So don't go anywhere. Check out these two. Look at the difference. The left one starts with the lighter background and moves on to the darker shade, whereas the one on the right does the exact opposite. Colors behave so differently depending on the order they're placed in. So which is your preference? Light to dark or dark to light? Let me know in the comments below. We have used three colors: light, medium, and dark. But your color combinations are not always going to be perfectly balanced. What if you have two dark and one light shade? What happens then? Let's find out. I'm going to start with Holbein Cypress Green as a base layer of a first print with this color combo. Not only is it a beautiful color, but I also love how smoothly this brand layers on the gel plate. Sadly, I only picked up a few of them in Japan, and will forever be screaming at myself for not getting more. Isn't that a gorgeous shade? One of the best ways to deal with two dark colors is to sandwich a lighter shade in between them. This is exactly what I intend on doing. Let's use a stencil to add the peach layer to our background. That is one gorgeous background. We can even keep it as a two-layer print if we want. We are left with a peach ghost print. Since we already have one with a green background, I decided to use quinacridone violet to pick up this ghost. This will give us two different prints, both with the peachy second layer, but with different backgrounds. I am in love with this violet shade. It is absolutely beautiful. Look at that result. It is so cool. There are two reasons why the peach stands out more on the green. It is opaque and has a really good contrast. On the violet, the ghost print is not as dark as the original peach layer. This means the background can now have an impact on its intensity. Also remember the color families are closer for these two. We are still keeping to three-layer prints. This means both our prints need a third layer. Let's add quinacridone violet to our green and peach print. We are going to use a geometric floral stencil to pick up this layer. I think you can tell by now that I really like this one, and it is quite easy to see why, because you end up with some really cool results. Let's lift this print and see what we do end up with. Oh my god, this looks stunning. The color combination is so unique. Also, may I remind you that the violet is semi-opaque, which is why you can still see the pattern underneath, which makes it really pop. And yes, we got another ghost print. We already have two prints with darker backgrounds, so it is time to go with one where we use the lighter shade, hence the peach. In this video, we are placing emphasis on the tonal values of the paints and not focusing so much on the color transparency, which is also a factor. I discussed that in another video that I will link to in the description. The bit about transparency starts at 4 minutes 31 seconds in that. Such a lovely print. We are now going to start adding the third layers to our prints. Let's start with this one and add the green as the top layer. I apparently can't even seem to align it properly. I normally align the diagonal edges of the paper to the plate. But when there is a stencil in the way, it is sometimes hard to find those corners as those may be hidden under it. This is why you see me struggling. We have another lovely print. I'm really enjoying this color combo. It is giving such interesting results. I feel like these are the kind of prints that need to go on a fabric that you can make a bag out of, either that or a bed sheet. We have a green ghost print. I'm going to use this one to show you something interesting. Remember how we talked about having a lighter color sandwich between the two darker colors? What if we remove it? Hence why we're using quinacridone violet to pick up this one. This way, we will have both our darker colors together without any separation. Can you see the difference when we lift the print? The colors don't pop against each other as much as they did when we had the lighter layer in between them. That peach really added some pizzazz. So what if we add peach at this point as a third layer? Will that make a difference and add the much needed contrast? Well, let's do it and find out, shall we? Since our peach was opaque, it has covered most of our background and it has added the much needed pop. And would you look at that? We have a peach ghost print to work with. Let's pick this one up with green. Just three colors and yet so many options. Getting back to our one print with a lighter color background that we still need to add a third layer to. I'm a bit apprehensive as it is a pretty cool print as is, but in the name of experimentation, I must add the green. Well, that has turned out pretty interesting. See, you can play it safe or you can try out different combinations to see what can happen. And sometimes the results will surprise you. Oh, yes, green goes print. Let's pick it up with peach. I hadn't put enough paint on the plate and I added more. But by this time, the first layer was already drying and my breath started picking it up along with the ghost. Ouch. This isn't going to be a perfect print, but hey, whoever said gel printing and perfection go together. Our result is a bit choppy, but kind of fun. Let's compare our prints. The color sequence for this one is violet, peach, green. For the next one, it is the exact opposite. Green, peach, violet. Can you believe that the violet color in both is the exact same shade? Yes, that violet background on the left print and the top layer on the right are the same color. This print is violet, green, peach. I did not do it, but one can always add back another layer in green to bring the color back into focus. Peach is in the middle on the left one and on the top in the right one. And they both look so different because of this one change. and a lighter to darker print, so distinct from all the others. Last but not the least are two ghost prints. Yep, one could go on and on if we keep adding layers to these, but I decided it was time to finish the video. I have a couple more videos on the same subject that you might also want to watch. I am putting them on the screen. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on all notifications if you want more fun gel printing videos. See you in the next one!